So quite a few things changed in Debian at this point, or Linux landscape as a whole rather. Namely, a mostly complete redesign of the GNOME desktop, which was quite controversial. All the menus and buttons are gone, and all you really get is activities, which opens a weird sidebar at the left. So we've got Debian 9, no more live ISO. We installed this prim and proper right to the drive, and right away, full disk encryption in the installer. So that's pretty cool. I have no idea if that was in the Debian 5 installer, though, to be fair, because I never tracked down the installer disk. I had the live ISO. Okay, here we are. So yeah, GNOME 3. It is very different, much of a Mac OS type influence here. We've got a unified settings thing that looks exactly like the Mac one. Yeah, well, version of GNOME is 3.22.2. So yeah, you get nothing. No desktop icons, no nothing. You get a little calendar and notifications. This came out when 2017 or so. So GNOME's been this way for a while at this point though, but I feel like this is a pretty good exemplar to show. Get your virtual desktops, LibreOffice instead of OpenOffice, much welcome. Redesigned like Nemo and everything. Think very cool. Honestly, I'm a big fan. You do get the little menu up there. It is nice how much it integrates and everything. So this is GNOME Files. I called it Nemo, but this is Nautilus. It's not copyright the Files authors. But I think this is still Nautilus. Like, it's just called that here for some reason. Yeah, why not? And yeah, get a little launchpad style menu over here. Very shiny weather icon. Let's see what the weather is like in London. Not Kiribati, just London. Thank Kentucky. East and South England. There we go. See if this, yeah, I didn't think so. I don't know if I don't think, no, I am connected to the internet. Just whatever service that relied on is long gone, I assume. But, yeah. Do have a Firefox of some sort. Obligatory test to see whether this will load. And it doesn't. Instead, it brings me to Google. That's very cool. That's exactly what I wanted. There we go. Yeah. Regardless. Yeah, so you get this activity screen from which you go here. And for what it's worth, you do just get that from tapping the button. And then you can search, which I always thought was pretty cool. Yeah, like you get your calculator, LibreOffice, Writer, which is nice and bundled in. Yeah, not very many OSs like to bundle in an Office suite, as I've discovered. I thought there would be a lot more for us to pick from. Just say Linux. It's called Linux, so there it is. So yeah, you get the idea. Save it to your fucking thing and upload it to Google Drive. You live in the modern world. You don't need to see that. But yeah, and you get your Evolution client Rhythm Box, which is kind of like an iTunes type dealy, but you definitely get the sidebar vibe. So yeah, are you getting it yet? This is very Apple inspired and everything. That said, it does still support a good amount of customizations and whatnot. Just not as much as people would hope for. Definitely not nearly as much. Did kind of try to streamline it, make it nice and simple, and created like the GNOME workflow and whatnot. It is what it is. You either hate it or you love it. But I have made a customized version of this where I installed some tweaks because I was connecting this to the internet and only for the apt and whatnot before people scream at me to pull from the repos. And so here's my customized version. And yeah, I feel like with these circular icons, looks even better. I feel like it looks more modern for its time. Like this wallpaper. This kind of like cyan waterscape was somehow just a thing for wallpapers back then. Do also get GNOME tweaks that help you like customize everything. Otherwise, this is exactly the same as the thing I just showed. And yeah, I also am a fan of Terminator. Pretty cool. Or at least I was back then before I knew how to use Tmux. But yeah, If you like it, that's pretty cool. You get a little clock widget here, magnification on the dock. Makes it even more Apple-like if you think about it. But also with these icons, I feel like it gives it a bit more of a distinct identity. And I think as much as some of them are just kind of boring, it would fit in at the time. I feel like if you were like a normie back then, you'd probably not think this is too weird or unusual looking for what it is, you know? Channels. Apple movie trailers, damn. Hey, wait a minute. Hey. Movies? Oh my god. I set this up for my PS3, but I guess that's just gonna work. But, yeah, no, that just works. That's neat. Kind of like a little, I forget what that fucking thing is called. DLNA or something? Yeah, DLNA media server. That said, though, you probably should not use Debian if you're just starting out with Linux, and especially for desktop use, at least back in the day. There was a distro, though, that made quite the splash when it comes to generic, like, user friendliness and, not generic, but, like, general user friendliness and user helpfulness and all that stuff. And that's a slightly different distro that I feel like we might as well check out now. Because it's got quite a different desktop. In Linuxes, they have many different desktop environments and many different styles. It's just one of them. So I couldn't think of one that's more different from this design than Cinnamon. So why don't we check out Linux Mint 18.3. Oh, and obligatory. Fast fetch? Screen fetch. That was the one from this time period. You shitting me. Install screen fetch right the fuck now. Obligatory like rice, you know, from back in the day. Get your screen fetch. There it is. Neat. Moving on to Linux Mint 18.3. Came out the same year as this. Oh, also, before we move on, actually, there is something I did want to show. Nice UI, by the way, for signing in. I always liked it. But yeah, the installer, the cool interactive installer that really made installing this quite a breeze and deserves a lot of praise. The old version of gparted that doesn't let you unlock your drive, and just the this partition mess situation I've got going on here. Like if I do a lsblk, you just see that I've got a lot more going on than gparted is showing. Yeah. So that comes from picking to have everything on a separate partition and to use encryption and to use LVM. Like it's like whole disk encrypted, guided, you can use LVM and have var temp swap on separate partitions. But also, why don't we do a Linux Classic just before I move on? Because this will be interesting to compare it between distros. Yeah, how about we do an LSL bin count lines there. 156. Not much of an increase from Debian 5 we looked at. User bin 1697, a lot more for those user programs, figures. For like LibreOffice, everything. You get Impress, which I think is your PowerPoint. Yeah, LibreOffice is great. If you've never used LibreOffice, definitely give it a shot. And LSL user games. Yeah, 20. Also, fucking, what is it? Oh, GIMP. Also, App Store. Yeah, even more of an App Store than the last time. A little map. Haven't seen a map in an OS since, I wonder if this still works. United Kingdom. There it is. That kind of works. That's fine. I haven't seen a built-in map in an OS since the days of yore. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get that other layer working wherever it's pulling from. I highly doubt it. So like this direction button and the sidebar and everything and the way it integrates. it is neat. You know, GNOME is cool. I am glad that GNOME exists. I don't know if it's for me, but it is pretty cool. Let me stopwatch, let me timer. Big buttons, nice and touchscreen friendly. You know, got Jedit, classic Jedit. But also I wanted to show GIMP. This is GIMP what? 2.8. So still we are dealing with separate windows, which is getting pretty old. And it's especially bad because you don't have like different options on them now. So that's fantastic. But once you got it arranged, maybe you actually can. Dockable dialogues. Is there like a one single window mode? Oh my god, there it is. There it is. Oh, that's what it should be by default all the time. Bruh. How did they... Oh, they did it. They did it. It finally looks good. I don't know what this tool is, but I'm just gonna say this like gray faded color. It's probably not the most celebratory type color, but that's fine. That's fine. Also, what Linux kernel are we running to? Yeah, we got 4.9. What the hell? Built 2020. Oh, sure. I guess I did a little update on the system. I don't think this would be running anything like 4.9 originally. Yeah, let me see if I can get that snapshot from before customization. 4.90. And this is from when? 2017. Okay, so 4.90. Shit, I didn't know those kernels were so high version-wise. I thought this would have still been on like 2 point something. That's weird. My memory must be wrong though. This seems about right. Is this init? Hey. Still init. No systemd or anything, I think. This is a shame. I'm not like a systemd. Oh no, there's systemctl. I guess that must be just an alias for init then. Yeah, this is using systemd. So there's an app called like Disks. It's just called GNOME Disks. Like I guess if you go into the launcher, it's just there. It's kind of like the Mac disk utility, I suppose, is the idea of that. It is even in the utilities folder. Also, let's see that calculator. Oh, I've already shown it. Or how about that terminal as well? I do like how this pops out. It's not like a whole other view. It just pops out. It's neat. Very modern. Very cool. Do like a built-in screenshot utility. A little console system monitor type situation. Logs. Combine those would be like kind of a console type dealie or whatever. But yeah, you get your GNOME disks and... Oh shit! This one actually... this one's fine. This one actually detects that. That's kind of wild. Because when I looked last, it showed all of these as free space, which was kind of concerning, you know? Like, you don't want to necessarily have that. Yeah, it's pretty weird. Let me see if I was able to get that. Yeah, well, that's fine, at least. So this is able to show it, even when gparted. Seeming... Oh, I guess I don't have gparted on here. At least it works. No, the screenshots are gone. But yeah. Wait a minute. Is this version of gparted like something really new? Oh, no, it says unified key encryption not supported. That's the gparted I know and love. But yeah, so this just has it as cryptlux. No information about like PVs or whatever. But when I first looked at GNOME disks... Oh, there it is! So I guess if you have gparted open, maybe, or even just have it, this shows as free space for whatever reason. I feel like that's concerning. It doesn't actually let you create a partition in there. It pops out with an error message, but yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Like, imagine that. You accidentally like overwrite everything. I guess this has like a lock on it or something. Let's see if we can refresh this view or anything, or maybe it's just installing gparted that does this. What a weird thing. What a strange, strange thing. Let's uninstall gparted then. See how that works. I like how I just typed in GNOME. That would be so generic on the GNOME system. Let's quit. Just in case it's working like Mac. No, that's still free space. I have no idea what's happening there. Maybe it needs a little, like, reboot. Also, terminal with black text on a white background. What a time. Yeah, let's see what disks tells us now about our nightmare. Yeah, there we go. It's got it all. So it's got all the information we got there. So yeah, we got the LVM2 physical, the extended partition, because it's using MBR partitioning scheme. We got the Lux container. We got the physical volume. It doesn't tell us anything about the volume groups or the volumes underneath, but it does at least show that they're there. So if we look at that, it's like there's their PV. I think it's like this. Yeah. Yeah, there's the underlying volumes. And there's the volume group they're in. And there's the physical volume there. So yeah. Even now, I think gparted still doesn't really support like LVM properly. When I was Hackintoshing a computer, I had to like shrink my entire Lux partition, and that meant I had to first go in with gparted, then I had to do a Lux open in the terminal, even though it let you unencrypt it but nothing else, so I had to Lux open it. Then I had to do a LVM like rescan, then I had to go into the dev mapper, like whatever the fuck. I had to I had to like shrink one of the logical volumes, the root one, and then I needed to do a like VG resize or something, or PV resize, physical volume resize, to account for it, which was like kind of automatic. I think it's like LV shrink or something, however that command is called. And you do that, and then it shrinks, and then you can go into gparted, and then it allows you to actually reduce the partition size in there. It's just a bit of a nightmare. Then I had to create a FAT32 partition in the newly open space. I was at to eyeball the main partition. This is on my main computer, by the way. I eyeballed the partition because I couldn't be bothered. I was 10 gigs off of reducing it past, like, when I booted back into the Linux system, it was saying like home 5 gigs free or something like that. So I was pretty close. Bang on the money. And yeah, when I shrank the partition, and then after the fact, I had to create a FAT32 partition in the space so that the Mac disk utility and the Mac OS installer would recognize what the partition was, because it didn't recognize the ext4. It was like unknown, and it couldn't create anything after in the empty space after. So by having it be FAT32, I was able to have the Apple installer recognize it and then delete it and override it with a APFS encrypted whatever the fuck. And then it was fine. It was like, oh, Linux, like immediately beforehand when I was able to write to it. So weird. Anyway, so Linux Mint. Anyways, there's a really irritating thing that Debian does, and it is that it doesn't put a lot of programs into the $path variable for non-root users, which means that a shell as a non-root user will spawn a generic error message like command not found if you try to run something like lsblk, for instance. But once you can use sudo, the command works because now you are working with the root user's path variable. I understand it's for security, and let's be honest, Debian is and has always been primarily a server OS, not a desktop one. So I do understand the need for security, but there is a distro that existed in this very same year that was more desktop and user-oriented, to be fair, and it kept the security feature intact, but actually prints a different error message. Why don't we take a look? This is my first Linux ever. So Linux Mint 18.3. Oh my god, we got audio. They certainly got audio very loud. That was very loud. Yeah. I think I already have screen fetch on here. Yeah, there it is. Linux Mint 18.3 Sylvia. What a... It's always like female names for Linux Mint. It's kind of cool. I like it. But yeah, here we have the Cinnamon desktop. I believe this is the Nemo file manager. Yeah, much more Windows-like. I think this is still kind of a GNOME. I think this is GNOME 2 based. So you get these buttons on the side. You still get those rounded borders at the top and not at the bottom. So if that bothers you, you're welcome. This was actually my first Linux distro. This is the first time I ever used a Linux, Unix, anything, like even Apple, whatever. This is my first time of using a non-Windows desktop operating system. I installed this on my Sony Vaio. I have many fond memories of it. It was super straightforward, super easy. It really helped me like get up to speed. And I wasn't like intent on just sticking to that. Obviously, I wanted to learn more than anything, but I feel like this was much better in terms of just getting past the like stupid stuff. And it was kind of a great thing because it was an immersion like dealy, because I didn't install it as like my second OS. I didn't install it as my like whatever like thing I would boot into every once in a while, like a VM or something. I just overwrote everything, installed it as my only operating system on my only laptop. And it was great because now I had to find ways to do things there. And what was great about Mint is that it came with so much stuff by default that I didn't really have to worry about anything basic, you know? VLC, we got it. Like Firefox, we got it. I mean, you don't need very much else apart from that. Also, I do love that not only can you still access this, but you get a little EOL page. Look at that. Might still remain functional for a little while. No longer receives updates. It is vulnerable to security threats. Do you like the new Mint look and everything? Do you like this little like logo art within the QR code? And yeah, just I do like me some Linux Mint. I don't think this is the default wallpaper, but this is pretty much how it looks when you start up. And yeah, much more Windows-like file browser, which I think I appreciate, to be honest. Nice icons, nice and simple, but not too flat. Just, yeah, it's just good. I can't say enough good things about it. There's 2 articles I was able to find on, do we have an app store? That's an interesting one. Store? Software? Yeah, software manager. Maybe that's it. There we go. There he is. Oh my god, he's so big. Let's see. Same version of GIMP. So this is released the same day. So still we have, but now we've discovered the hidden trick, the power user trick of having GIMP be in a single window like a normal person would want it to be. I mean, I don't know. I'm not even I don't know why I'm so opinionated about this. I have no skin in this game. I'm not like a Artoid, whatever. Artoid, Archad, whatever you prefer. I'm not any of those things. I don't actually care. I make memes in Photoshop like once in a blue moon, that's all. It's neat. It's neat. I think this still comes with LibreOffice and everything. It doesn't come with OpenOffice, thank God. It does come with HexIRC Messenger somewhere. What is this? Oh, yeah, it's just terminal with Vim. Neat. Yeah, you get little extensions you can install and download. No idea what this is. This all still works. It's 2017. Oh yeah, this is extensions for the desktops and everything. We definitely want some wacky effects. I feel like this is so good. It looks so good. It's almost like unpermittable. Like it's such a balance between like being kind of dated and basic in a way. At the bottom here with the like kind of pretty bad font rendering and everything. But you get a nice little window preview, like an arrow peek. And yeah, you just get so much cool stuff in there. I don't know. I don't know how to like explain, but it's good. Just trust me, it's pretty good. It's got everything you would want. Little system info window. Don't even need the screen fetch, but buy hacker screen fetch. There we go. Got a nice clean Linux 18.3. Yeah, probably also has an up-to-date kernel because I've installed packages and everything. No, still 2017. 4.10 though. It's slightly newer, which kind of makes sense. Burn my Windows. Oh my god. Is it okay for me to have them both on at the same time? Yeah, let's have some fun. Let's rice Linux like it's 2017. Good old 2017. Long before things truly went off the fucking rails, huh? Yeah, I don't know how you can set these up, if anything. Let's go into desktop settings, maybe. Oh yeah, we have a full settings menu. Also very kind of GNOME 3, but you get more items in here. You get the customization and everything. I don't know, this might have been in GNOME 2 as well, for all I know. But, yeah, I installed a couple themes here. Your Windows 10 theme. I think it's Adapta, and, I don't know if this came with icons. I mean, these are pretty close, I'd say. To like Windows 7 maybe though. Let's throw on these. Yeah, there we go. The cartoon icons. Truly for like maximum unhinged effect. These aren't rendering at all anymore, but that's fine. Windows 10. There we go. If you're like an insane person, you know, if you go on a date and someone opens their computer and this is what it looks like, I feel like that is a stop sign. I don't know if it's a red flag or yellow flag. It's a stop sign, though, is what I'll call it. This does actually come with a pretty cool secondary theme before we like mess it all up and stuff. Did want to show. This has that mint white dark for like a slightly more modern look. The fonts are like a bit bolder, which helps them render a bit better. You get a bit more of a like dark and gray. I think this might be the default now. And you get alternative icons, not kind of like Windows ones that I think you get with Mint X. Well, no, those aren't kind of Windows ones either. You can also have the borders be white, which is kind of a neat combo, I find. But yeah. What's this? Silicon. Get the KDE icons, and we'll get to KDE. I think I wasn't a big KDE fan around this time. Also, these icons are great. They have a very intense energy to them. I don't know. I don't know what it is about them, but they're very intense, and I kind of like it. They're intense in like a good way. But yeah. And Let's Adapta. Let's try Adapta. Ooh. We'll keep these. They're so fancy. Ooh, look at that. It's like material or something. It's neat. Oh, it's getting kind of cursed now. Yeah, you can change the colors as well. And this is pretty cool, actually. Anyway, I used to really like having this theme on. I used to have like a proper bar for this or something. But I think I actually used this in a different desktop anyway, which doesn't matter. A dark theme variant. Oh, that's kind of cool. Can't see it with this like rice on though, but this theme. But yeah, this is like this just because of how Terminator looks. I think is what. Oh, god damn it! I can never get used to it. I feel like sometimes it's taken me until like 5 months ago to stop typing screen fetch in whenever I wanted to do this, to move on to neo fetch, and now we're already on to fast fetch and other ones like that. But yeah, there you go. Good old Linux Mint. Get nice little icons here. I think I was using a Mate desktop. I don't know if I have it installed. We can try. But yeah, if you ever wanted to try out multiple desktops in Linux or whatever, you should be able to just do that by this. Oh dear, so loud. Yeah, I mean, assuming that everything's kind of still connected, assuming the internet, everything still works, we should be able to just install Mate. Um, I don't think I can do it like that, but Mate desktop environment maybe. Usually there's like a meta package for everything Mate related, or everything like related to a certain desktop that's named something like Debian-GNOME or Debian-Cinnamon or something. And there's this. This is how it's meant to look if you don't use like wacky ass partitioning schemes with LVM and encryption and whatnot. Just everything in one partition. Then one extended container for your MBR, 2 partition limit bypass, and a Linux swamp. The installer is so dead simple. I had no idea. Like, it was so simple. Actually crazy. The installer just worked. Like, you just install it, and you click like you get like 2 options. It's great for beginners, I feel, because just having all the drivers and everything installed, so you don't have to immediately go and like install anything for your laptop or whatever, makes it so nice. So glad this exists, you know. Yeah, you could also get a Cinnamon with this desktop, which is not too different from Cinnamon, I find. It's kind of almost a combination of the two. So this is still Nemo, I believe. Ooh, there we go. Oh, Kaja. I've never even heard of Kaja. Does look kind of different, I guess. Definitely maybe a fork of Nemo. I was gonna say that with a lot more confidence than I was prepared to really give it. Uh-oh. You know, a little bit of a slowdown here. Get a package manager and a soft... Oh, dear. By so-called packages. That's so cool. I'm glad they're going through that. That's neat. Amateur radio. Universe. Communicating with the universe. K plus 3 theme Redmond Classic is not installed. But it was installed though. Oh dear, what is happening? I think this is having some trouble. Oh my fucking god. I want to select theme, motherfucker. Just want to have it, yeah? Proper have it. Yeah, so I guess this is the one that doesn't look right. For whatever reason, but we do have Redmond 97. Which is pretty close. Close enough. This is Redmond 97 Millennium. Oh, it changes the like tone of it slightly. Red, white, and blue. Whoa, hacker moment. A dog stand. There we go. That's what we all want to see, really. I actually dig this Fallout one. It's kind of neat. But you can't go wrong with the hot dog stand. I don't even know why that's purple. Like, what is to do with hot dogs that is purple? I have no fucking clue. File, edit, search, blah, blah, blah. Let's try Terminator. Oh god, that's so red. That's unbearable. Jesus. There we go. It's like slight balance. We wouldn't really want that though. We'd want like a really or maybe this is fine. You know, I was gonna say we want like an appropriately unhinged wallpaper accompanying it. But maybe this is fine. Your wallpaper is like the most like default normal like grandpa shit ever. And then you just have this like insane fucking computer. There's like red everything. Oh god, the file manager's all red. Oh dear lord, it is so good. I'm so glad. What more could you want? You got hot dog stand, you got everything you want. Control center. Oh, Gparted is right there. That's cool. I wonder if I installed it or if that was that. At least Gparted wasn't yellow. I wonder if that was just because that was running as super user. There's GNOME disk. Oh god, that's so busted. It's just gone. There is nothing there. Oh no. Yeah, okay, let's see. I don't want custom. I want hot dog. Baseball. Apple pie. Like, yeah? I guess that did it. I can't really tell this fucking interface. Okay, there we go. That's better. Okay, so you do just click on it. You don't need to do anything. Required icon theme. Well, I didn't install it, huh? Ugh. I mean, I do have that icon theme as well. No. That's like a Windows 8 icon theme. Oh, there we go. That might be helpful. Icon theme. Icon theme open fucking open doohickey is not installed. Sure. Shit, I guess it isn't installed. There it is. No. Just some slop. There we go. That's close enough. Hot dog standard. So anyway, welcome back to the driver installation channel. Let's go install some drivers for a sound card. Yeah, anyway. So that's not really Linux Mint, but it's good, trust me. It's a good OS. It's pretty cool. I get way too nostalgic. I start getting massively sidetracked customizing it. But I can't say enough good things about it. Really is very, very cool. Check it out. Do not delay. Check it out today. I wish I'd changed the icon as well. Oh no. This is going off the rails now. I feel like this is really, Oh no! There it is. There it is. We sorted it out. We sorted it out. I mean, I know it's perfect as is. But I feel like, I feel like this is a matter of principle at this point. There we go. That's almost better. And just get rid of that. I mean, we can always just get a Windows logo icon and put that there, but I really wanted that, like, extra something. It doesn't look right at all, but, you know, that's kind of the spirit. This is what it actually looks like before, you know, someone comes in and screws it all up. It looks great. Neat. Moving on.